I made $495.45 from YouTube ad revenue my first 6 months as a monetized creator. My first videos on this channel were posted on January 1st, 2022, which meant it took 740 days or just over 2 years of creating to make my first dollar. For me to get enough subscribers and watch time required to be eligible for full monetization, it took making 31 shorts and 88 long format videos. To earn the actual ad revenue, it took an additional 31 long form videos and 3 YouTube shorts combined with views from previous videos for a grand total of 34 shorts and 119 long format videos, which generated 200,853 total views. 31,400 of those views were from shorts, 172,800 views were from long format videos, but only 90,983 of those views were actually eligible for YouTube ad revenue. 4,400 of those were from shorts and 86,600 of them were from long form videos. Hi, I'm Raj V, and I've watched a ton of how much money my YouTube channel made videos, and I always end up clicking a ton of times to find all of that information I just gave you. So if you appreciate me laying it out there right up in front for you, tap that like button. If you're still watching this video, you're probably a small creator on YouTube, or you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel. This video and my channel overall is proof that yes, it is possible to get to monetized status with your YouTube channel, even if you're like me, starting from next to zero in terms of experience, have a full-time job, and are pursuing this thing in your limited free time. And let's be honest, with limited energy at the end of the day in a highly saturated niche as well. In my couple of years creating content for this channel, I learned quite a lot, and it doesn't matter if you're Mr. Beast himself or if you haven't even made your channel yet. Something in this video will make you a better creator and help you get to that next level, or maybe inspire you to get started. When I watched these kinds of videos before my channel was monetized, I was looking for motivation and inspiration from other small solo creators a few steps ahead of me to help keep me going, because we're making things here. And if you look at any Netflix show's credits, we're doing all of this on our own, which is insane to think about. What I also wanted from these kinds of how much money I made videos was the creator's experience, because I found myself looking at these types of videos when the early days of the YouTube grind felt the hardest, and those days were usually when I hadn't seen the sun in a while, and it helps to know there are other real humans out there doing something similar. So in this video, you'll get the back end of my YouTube channel, you'll get the raw analytics, the data on some videos that did well and did not do so well. I'll also point out some of the little signs of YouTube success that can help us creators know when we're on the right path, that we're doing the right things, and those things, when you notice, can keep you motivated on the journey to whatever it is you want to get out of this process. And I'll share with you the 5 most important things that you need to hear that will help keep you from becoming just another YouTube statistic, because the stats are very grim. Most channels never hit 100K, 10K, or even 1,000 subscribers. In other words, most channels don't even get fully monetized, and according to awesomecreatoracademy.com, less than 6% of channels are monetized in the YouTube Partner Program. So apparently I'm a top 6% content creator. Let me help you get that YouTube money. Jumping into the analytics, you can see I started this channel on January 1st, 2022, but what you can't see is that my time was divided into a few other social media experiments. Initially, I posted a few videos on this channel, but here I decided to take a break from posting. During this time, I began to research a bunch of top YouTube creators, more specifically their path to YouTube success. So no more TikToks, no more Instagram meme page posts, no more posts on the gaming channel I was experimenting with. I chose to commit to this channel 100%. Eventually, I started posting more and got a little traction. Now you'll notice all these boxes that represent me uploading videos here and no boxes here. I felt that those videos just weren't good, so I took them down and have moved forward with less overall videos available for people to watch than I've created. But at some point, I drew the line in the sand and said, this is where my content got significantly better, and this stuff from before doesn't cut it anymore. The thing is, you can see a lot of videos were made after that point, and I actually got less views than before. A lot of my early subscribers and views came from YouTube Shorts, but I wanted to double down on long format YouTube content, so I had to pivot away from Shorts, build my long format viewership, and to be real with you, my experience creating those long videos as well. So if you look at my last 50 videos, you can see that I have built up a pretty large video catalog, some of them with a good chunk of views, but some of them did not do well by comparison. Eventually, after experimenting with different topics in the money or finance space, it was pretty clear my audience resonated with ETF content more than anything else, specifically income-oriented ETF content. I still make and continue to make videos on other things that I think are interesting, but objectively, the audience wants what it wants. So I'm still willing to make that kind of content, but I do expect my views to be less than average on the channel for those videos. But for me, that's not a bad thing, because views is not the primary goal. The goal is to continue to get another video out that has value. That is overall my personal measure of success week in, week out. It's, did I make progress in getting another video out? Yes or no? So one of my videos that I put out which just did not do well was this video on how much should you spend on a diamond ring. It is completely different to what people are used to seeing on this channel, and looking at the analytics, it is as horrible as it can get, which means that about 1% of the people YouTube showed this video to actually clicked on it. It still continues to get impressions impressions to this day, but it's just not resonating with an audience. YouTube wants to keep users on platform, so if people aren't clicking and they aren't watching, the video doesn't do well. Interestingly enough, the average view duration for the video is 4 minutes and 33 seconds, which is higher than my channel average, so maybe changing the title and thumbnail to be more appealing to a viewer might be a solution here based on the data. In direct contrast to that video, here's a video that has over 30,000 views and is still getting views to this day over 70 days after posting, and it has a click-through rate of 6.3% and kept people watching for on average 46% of the video, or 3 minutes and 23 seconds. The success of this video could be explained by the fact that this video is more in line with a topic that my audience wants to hear about, as opposed to diamond engagement rings. And just to emphasize, this channel has a lot of videos that did not break the 1,000 views mark. Every channel will have a top video, and that's okay, as long as every video provides something to the audience. You're winning. Even Taylor Swift has one song that is streamed more times than the others. That is overall a good thing because it leads more people to the rest of your content. So let's jump to revenue. And if you're finding value in the video, be sure to click the like button. It lets YouTube and myself know to give you more content like this in the future. Here we can see a general trend on YouTube, lots of peaks and valleys. My most successful day in terms of revenue came very early on when I earned $32.55 in a single day. That quickly came down and flatlined, going from about $1 a day then to sub $1. We can also see the phenomenon that happens for a lot of channels where one video blows up your channel. For me, that happened here, where it pulled the views and revenue up for the channel up initially, but it also pulled the baseline for daily revenue up as well. This was relatively short-lived, but again, better, more valuable videos is the goal. We can see that more views can correlate to more money earned, but not always. This depends on the CPM and the RPM of the video. CPM, or cost per milli, is the amount an advertiser will pay for every 1,000 views of their ad, and RPM, or revenue per milli, is how much YouTube pays the creator for those 1,000 ads shown. And you can see that my RPM can vary from video to video, which means that a video with less views can earn more than a video with more views. And both CPM and RPM can change, but it generally averages out. I talk about ETFs, money, finance, things like that. So my CPM and RPM are generally higher than some other channels overall. So if your channel has about 80,000 monetized long format views and you don't make around $500, check these numbers. And be sure to check if your views are coming from long or short videos, because the ad rates for shorts videos at the time of making this video are much lower than long videos on YouTube. Here we can see that almost all of my videos have a high like to dislike ratio, but not every video has a 100% like to dislike ratio. It just goes to show you that there's always going to be some people that don't resonate with a video. Not every video is for everyone, and that's okay. So don't let that discourage you. Sometimes you post a video that's a bit of a hot topic, but for some people that can lead to new viewers and new subscribers. So experimenting a bit can be worth it sometimes, but dislikes, negativity in general, are part of the creator experience. Just try to continue to improve and focus on delivering value. A lot of people did not like the last season of Game of Thrones, and House of the Dragon is on season 2 now. So just saying. And if you're interested in money, finance, crypto, dividends, all that stuff, we talk about that here, so feel free to subscribe. I think those were the most valuable bits of information for small creators or people looking to start their own channel from the back end. But as awesome as ad revenue on YouTube is, the little signs of success are pretty cool to see and important to take note of to keep us going before and after major milestones come in, like monetization. So here's some of those signs. Number 1, seeing consistent comments from the same people in the comment section is really cool. It's a sign of returning viewers, which is essential to build a community talking about things you love on the internet. These are real people that enjoy your work, and it's really rewarding to see them show up time and time and again. And it's nice to build a digital campfire that we can gather around and discuss things we're interested in, and we're not limited by location or even time. These videos exist for everyone 24/7. Number 2, new baselines. This could be for views, likes, daily AdSense earned, everything that can be measured. You will likely start seeing higher baselines as you progress and get better. So don't focus on the higher highs, focus on the higher lows, and don't get discouraged if you flatline. Every creator flatlines, just keep going and keep getting better. Number 3, passive viewership. It's not going to be all your videos in my experience, but some of your videos can start to generate views on the daily without you doing any additional work. And that is a huge win when it happens, because this helps snowball your channel. More views leads to more subscribers, which leads to more success on the platform when combined with your new, even better content. And number 4, you won't see this one on the YouTube Studio or on your channel directly, but you will feel the content creation process get easier on the back end. It will start to feel easier to make videos the more you do it, and you'll be able to get faster at editing and scripting and posting, especially as things get more standardized for you. So if you're finding yourself saying, wow, that took way less time than I thought when making a video, that's a huge win. The other day, I was trying to get a video edited and posted before I left for a wedding that upcoming weekend. I ended up getting it out on a Thursday night, when for a while, it seemed like it was definitely going to be out the middle of the following week at best. All right, and now what I think is the most valuable part of the video for a creator, especially someone in the early days, the 5 things you need to hear to not become a statistic. Number 1, the North Star for YouTubers. The North Star is also known as Polaris. If you're standing in the northern hemisphere at night, if you can see the stars, you can always find north because you'll just look for the brightest one, and that can help guide you on your path. For YouTubers, the North Star we all want to have is make another video. This North Star is going to solve so many problems for us on our journey. How do I get more views? Make another video. How do I get more subscribers? Make another video. How do I get more likes, more engagement, more sponsors, more whatever? Make another video. If you make another video and commit to making it better each time in some way, shape, or form, you will continue to make forward progress. I use this principle often, especially when I'm about to hit a point where I need to figure something out in the YouTube game that I haven't figured out yet before. New editing technique, new way to ask for a like on a video, new thumbnail design, anything at all. My brain is constantly trying to get me off this train. It says things like, this is hard, you don't know how to solve this, what if something goes wrong, this might not get any views. All this doubt and negativity comes up throughout the process, and then I have to actively combat these thoughts because giving into them leads me to a path that I already left for a reason. I decided I'm going to see this thing through and I need to focus. Where is Polaris? All of a sudden, my brain knows I'm not going to quit. So instead of trying to get me to move away from the hard thing, my brain then diverts time and energy to figuring out the next video and working through the challenges of constantly improving. Take some time to rewire your brain, but it's what helped me and will likely help you as well. North Star principle, make another video. Number 2, this is a marathon. The data says on average it takes at minimum 4 months to make your first dollar from a creator business. To be clear, this is data that comes from the Tilt that was tracking expert creators. This is defined as people who create content about their area of expertise or passion. Expert creators build media companies, even small ones, and monetize their content. Some expert creators also sell a service like coaching, consulting, educating. This is far from what I was and currently am and what most people are on YouTube in the very beginning. We are typically in the process of developing the skills from day one, so even people who are intentional about their YouTube channel and see this as a business or extension of their business have to be on the platform for a while. And it takes just shy of 2 years of creation before they're able to support themselves fully from their content and the various services they provide. Most people are not the exception. I certainly wasn't. It took me 2 years just to make a single dollar. You will know if you are or are not a YouTube prodigy very quickly within a few videos, but for most people starting from zero, this is a long game, so committing at least 2-3 years with the intention of constant improvement seems to be the absolute minimum time necessary to see monetary success. And interesting enough, only 2% of the people in the survey regretted their decision to become a creator, and I am in the 98%. I do not regret this at all. Number 3, don't be afraid to sprint. Sometimes in this marathon, it helps to remember that we control our own pace. There is no hard and fast rule that says it has to take decades or years to make a dollar. This is your race. The most important bit is to remember that you keep going, but what helped me at times was carving out some time with the pure intention of leveling up my game. At one point, I'd been making videos for a while, but I knew I could get better, and it probably wasn't going to take as long as I thought. One day in my marathon, I decided I'm going to take a weekend and just sit down and learn how to edit these videos better. So I found a video from another YouTuber that talked about similar things that I did, and that video had way better production and more views than my entire channel combined. I sat down, watched the video, wrote down every edit I could see, and figured out how they did it. I thought it was going to take all weekend for me to figure out, but because I'd been making videos for a while, it turns out I actually knew how to do most of them, and the rest of the editing I could figure out with just a few Google searches and a few how-to videos on YouTube. That one weekend sprint was basically just 8 hours on a Saturday, and it was totally worth it. That brings us to number 4, rest is productive. Being productive does not mean giving 100% every day. It means giving 100% of what you can every single day. You're not going to be able to sprint all the time forever. It just leads to burnout. I would say showing up every day is far more important than pushing yourself to the max because one is actually sustainable and the other is totally not productive at some point. Finding the balance, when to jog, when to sprint, when to walk, is a skill in itself, and when you feel you're burning out, it might be because you are burning out, and there's no shame in taking a nap. I regularly come home exhausted and fall asleep on the couch. Once I wake up, I'm refreshed, ready to hit the ground running. I don't even feel bad about it anymore because I noticed I get more done by just listening to my body. This is coming from someone who has a toxic need for productivity. I have to do something productive every day or I feel like I wasted the day, even if it's just laundry. And the secret isn't cold showers or plunges, black coffee only diets, whatever else the alpha male productivity gurus are telling you. The thing that actually works that I do is simply taking 15 minutes before bed, figuring out what I'm going to do the next day and write it down on a to-do list. I wake up every morning and I don't have to decide what to do. I already know what to do. The only thing left is to get it done. Make a title and thumbnail, come up with with 3 video ideas, edit the first 30 seconds of the next video, film, link this video to the next one, whatever it is, decide what needs to be done, write it down before bed, wake up and crush it. Reducing decision fatigue is a productivity hack everyone can use no matter what they do. Number 5, it gets easier. The hardest part about this journey is the beginning. Getting started is the thing that prevents most people from even scratching the surface. The thing is, it's way easier to get started and keep going, knowing that it gets easier. Once you figure out your format, what works and what doesn't, you start automatically doing the right things more often and the wrong things less often. Yes, it takes a ton of work and a lot of failures and setbacks are arguably required, but I highly encourage you to take those L's and turn them into W's, because on the other side is an extremely valuable skill set. To be perfectly clear, you've probably done something much harder in your life than make one YouTube video a week for a couple years improving every time. People have been through some insane things. It really doesn't matter what you're doing in life. The more you do it, the easier it gets, because your experience compounds on itself, and eventually you learn to deal with the challenges of any kind in a more efficient way. On a human level, content creation is probably not the hardest thing you've ever done, which means you literally have gone through worse and have overcome all those obstacles. You can do this thing. All right, I'm gonna get back to my next video. Thanks for watching. See you around the internet, and you certainly don't need it, but I wish you the best of luck on your creator journey. Have a good one.